Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 249 for the 15th of November, 2024. My name is Fraser, and I'm joined on my left by Dave,
Hello.
and on my right by Neil.
Hello. According to Twitch, it's still probably episode 248 because I don't remember changing that.
Oh, that's a first.
No, it's definitely not. When you say the episode number every week, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Is everyone all right?
Yeah.
Very
bit
well.
Forgetful.
Yeah, you had a week off, didn't you, Neil? Is that
I
part
have
of
had a
what
week
you've been
off.
doing?
Well,
Another one.
yeah, it's only been a bit. Feel well, like I was back at work for 2 weeks. I had another week off.
Oh.
Nothing till February at the minute. Hopefully, going to get some time in January. So I've got loads of hours still to book by the end of March. I've already got a week in February and a week in March booked.
All right,
Very nice.
But yeah, exciting.
rub it in.
You work for the
So what
same
else is-
company for this long. Yeah, you get extra holidays.
Day release.
Something like that.
Saying that, I now don't have a full week of work until after Christmas now.
Oh my God. How do you do
Yeah,
make friends?
I've booked like random Mondays and Fridays and until
Wow.
yeah.
Do your holiday run January to January to February? That'd be a very short year. January to December, or do they run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
31st to the 1st. So 1st of January to 31st of
I think I tried to do that at one company I worked for, book a ton of Fridays off, and I just got shut down straight away. They just went, no way.
You got to
She's in the
stagger it.
chat
You got
saying this is
gotta stagger
exciting.
Who is?
Pilch
Filch.
could be
Well,
after
he
a
wasn't
response to you,
vital,
could
yeah.
he? But you know, he can't.
We got
turns
nothing,
up to the Twitch.
Pilch, right? If only we had help. All right. Well, let's move on then. I guess we start with football stuff.
Ooh, do we? Do
Get
we
it out of the
indeed?
way for the people who don't care.
Well, I care this week.
Oh yeah.
Do you now?
All
Yes.
praise Neil.
Well, I
For
don't
he
all
is the,
praise.
he used his third eye to see into the future,
My fourth
and then
eye.
bring that
Actually.
future and convert that future into points.
Yeah, I had a
You got it
premonition.
right, didn't you?
I
You
had a
had it right.
premonition.
Yeah.
I brought in a certain Bruno Fernandes of the Manchester Uniteds. And not did I just bring him in, made him captain for the game against Leicester. Early on, I thought he'd scored twice, but it turns out one of them was an own goal, so he got an assist. But he got loads of points.
Oh no, he
Which-
didn't score the own goal.
No, he didn't
mean,
score the own goal.
Right.
That's probably going to be the highlight of your season.
Well, hopefully not. You
Well,
never
we
know.
hope not. We hope
Well,
not, but it's
you
pretty
don't hope
significant.
not.
I hope not, of course. No, I hope it is. I
Yeah.
hope that's as best as it gets for you, and I see you behind me sooner rather than later.
Well,
Who are misses?
yeah. It wasn't the best score of the week. I got 70, largely helped by Mr. Fernandes. He was the highest scoring player on the week, I think. Got 70, 34 for me, obviously. Luch got 71. He's up to second. Our leader.
There's a machine.
Huh?
Luch the machine.
Don't start speaking with your mouth full. You'll choke.
I beg your pardon. You're quite right. You're quite right.
I don't want you to have
apologize.
anything happen on the stream. Do it what you like in your own time, but just don't.
I very
start
rarely
choking on the stream.
eat. No, Neil is 100% right. I very rarely eat during the stream. I just happened to forget to
What?
grab my snack before we started.
You don't
I
talk
apologize,
while you
listeners.
eat on the stream. You do eat on the stream occasionally. Anyway,
Correct.
neither of us were top scorers, though, of the week, because a certain Jake Fisher at the very bottom of the league got 82 points. Bit of a
Wow.
turn up for the books, as he hasn't done fuck all to his team for weeks. He had...
Very nice.
Who did he have? Can't remember. He had a good captain. He had Bruno Fernandes since the beginning of the season.
As
and he had-
captain.
No. He's had Mo Salah as captain since the beginning of the season. But he also had Joao Pedro, who returned for Brighton.
Yes, he did.
Returned from
And when-
injury and returned in FPL as well, because he got 11 points.
Yeah, just straight in, wasn't he?
Yeah. That was the one I should have brought in instead of the Norwegian who plays for Wolves. Who's shit.
You know, there's no way you would ever have brought in João Pedro.
Oh, I don't know. There was talk amongst the
He
FPLers.
was still only a sub.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, exactly. He didn't start. He came on and scored a lot of points. Well done him. Stud. So I've made a shit transfer, basically. Basically, I had to make a sacrifice up front to get Bruno in. So I got rid of Kai Havertz. I didn't do the Haaland. I got rid of Kai Havertz, who had one disallowed. Pardon, that didn't actually come through on my end. I don't know.
Discord muted
just
it.
went,
Sound
no.
of chicken. Sound of chicken it was.
So, yeah. I remember doing changes. I could have got rid of Ollie Watkins, who also did fuck all last week, instead. And I could have had Evan Nielsen for Bournemouth. But I was like, yeah. Felt like when I looked at it, I feel like Aston Villa have got a better fixture coming up than our Arsenal had. Because Arsenal obviously were playing Chelsea last week. It was a toughie. And then have they got another hard game this week again? Well, next time they play. Not this weekend, obviously, because they're not playing this weekend.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. But anyway, I went for Havertz and ended up with Strand Larsen up front. And yeah, didn't really want him, but he's going to sit on the bench most weeks probably. And then, who knows? Haaland was scored for the first time in a few weeks last week. So those people who'd got rid of him weren't exactly disappointed because he only got one. But it was quite early, so they're probably shitting it a bit when he first scored in like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody thought, here it comes.
Uh-oh, here we go. But he only got...
No, he didn't score early in this one, did he? No, this one, it came later, didn't it?
I don't know. It wasn't that early, or that late, I don't think. It was plenty of time for him to get a couple more. I think he could have had three, but he didn't.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He's good at missing goals this year.
This is what he'll do. He'll just keep chipping one here, one there, one here, you know.
Well, if that's all he's doing, that's probably... You can probably go without, but if when he suddenly goes 3 weeks and scores 8 goals in 3 weeks, then you're going, oh no. But
I'm gutted. I had Delap on the bench again and he scored 11 points.
Oh, yeah.
But again, he's like, like we said last time, these guys are cheap subs, and if they happen to have good weeks, well...
Hopefully they're in your team when they score.
I mean, you don't put Delap in against... fuck.
Who was that? Ipswich? They played Spurs.
They beat Spurs,
They beat Spurs,
didn't they?
yeah. Oh, Pilch is in the chat. Oh, speaking of Spurs. Maybe he's just left. I don't know. Nathan slipped up. Luke Charles up to second. David Kinsit back up into third. He had quite a good week. The average was only 49 last week, so it's quite a few above average again. Christian, Forest did fuck all, so obviously Christian's team did bang average.
You should expect I would expect a higher than average percentage of people in our league to get above average, right? Generally, like we're not.
We usually have. Well, regularly it's 19 to 20
chunk of people who are.
Out of the 30.
I mean, if you take it reasonably seriously, you should be above average. I would have thought, right?
I wasn't the other week. That was bad that week.
Overall, though.
Yeah. So it's the first time I've actually had a green arrow in quite a while for me. What about you lot?
Yes.
What was you? Oh, I beat you in the head-to-head. Forgot about that.
You did. Yep, yeah. I sunk like a stone in the head-to-head. Wasn't I near the top at one point?
No, I don't think you've ever been near the top. What was that when it was in alphabetical order before anyone had actually played a game?
No, I think I was doing pretty well. Maybe I was one win off the top, I think. But
yeah, anyway. So was everybody, I think. Like for quite a while.
Oh, let me have my moment. This season is not for me.
Well, there's time yet. There's time yet to make a comeback. You went up the league last week, didn't you? Ooh,
Fantasy football makes me want to live to an old age. You know that? Because it's just like, I want to, yeah.
What, so eventually you might do well again?
Eventually, right? You need the years to play.
Well, who knows?
My children don't make me want to live to an old age. Nothing else makes me want to live to an old age.
But speaking of head-to-head, Mr. Kinsit has now got a 6-point lead. He is clear. 2 wins clear at the top of the league.
Go on, the Kinsit.
110, lost 1. It's like Manchester City of old. Or Liverpool, maybe, of this year. They've got exactly the same record, have they not? They've won 10 and lost 1, have they?
Who, Liverpool?
Yeah, they lost to Forest. I don't know if they've drawn a game, have they?
I think you're right. I think the first... How many games are they in now? 10?
It's 11 games, obviously, because that's how many games we've had on the 10. So, yeah, Mr. Will Barkley Jr., second. Lost 3, won 8, 24 points. And I'm in third still, on my own, 22. We had another draw last week, didn't we? Or was that the week before? I can't remember now. There was a draw
What are you
last week,
playing?
wasn't it?
What are you playing, Dave?
I think
Is there anything you'd like to share with us?
no. I'm just
He's found a new idle
tired.
game.
I'm so tired.
You're allowed. No, don't get me wrong. You're allowed to switch off. I think Dave, out of any Dave, this is certainly a section. If you want to switch off sometimes in this
You've
section,
got to
I
pay
don't
attention
mind.
soon.
But I'm bringing you back round because I was going to ask you if you had any opinions on this week or anything like that. But maybe it's
Football.
just-
It's just I think I'm making all the right moves, and I'm not. And I'm like, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
I know I'm not like doing massive amounts of research, but I'm like looking at the teams. I'm thinking, I sub in people and take people off my bench who are playing against teams I think they're going to win, and you know they've had a good track record of playing and stuff, and like just not making an ounce of difference. So yeah,
Well,
I
what you
need
do is you
to.
bring in a good player and leave him on your bench. Is what you did the other
Yeah.
week.
Well, at the same time, don't beat yourself too much because you are ranked 6.5 million out of 10.7 million.
Yeah.
So you're not sitting at the bottom, right? You know.
No.
That was a humble
So I
kick in
think
the
I
nuts.
don't. You're not batting above your weight. I think you're doing fair, mate. To be honest, as long as just keep tending
Let's
the
just-
garden as
hang on a
best you
minute.
can.
Oh, he's only saying this because he's only 9 points behind you.
Oh, I'm having a fucking shocker. Like, no, I'm not. I expect better for myself. I absolutely do. I'm having a nightmare this year.
Well, maybe you should put some more effort in.
It's the curse of the previous
If you put in
champions
the
now.
effort that Dave's put in, then maybe you'd be doing better.
Curse of the previous champions. How's your son doing? He's previous.
He's having a
champion.
stinker. Yeah, it's only the year. It's only usually the 1 year after it happens that you have a stinker.
Well,
Okay, you're proving it's
I'm a
maybe it's every
trailblazer.
other year after. So like
It's
you won it 3 years ago.
many,
then
many
you have
years.
The year after that it was shit. Then it was okay last year.
I
and
call
now
it
it's
the
just good.
forest slump.
The forest slump.
Yeah, goes on for a
Hopefully
long
they're
time.
going to have one now.
Oh, the shit talking. Here it goes.
Yeah, well, they're due one, aren't they? Because
Guess who we play on the last day of the season?
is it Forest?
Fucking Forest.
What is that? A relegation decider?
I hope
When you
not.
both go to absolute shit after this international
We'll
break.
see we'll see.
Forest have to start playing some good teams now, I think. So, well, they managed to beat Liverpool somehow. I don't fucking know how that happened.
I mean, wherever they're forfeit, they're not going into a relegation battle. I don't think. Are they?
No. I think, was it one team has managed to have a spectacular fucking fall from grace at this stage of the season before, and I think might have been Bradford or someone like that, one of the B teams, or Barnsley or something. They were flying, and then they just lost every game after that and were shit, and basically got relegated the same season. They were fourth in the league.
Brilliant.
So there we go. There's hope for us yet.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Anything else on football?
Oh, no, it's been international break, so there's no fixtures this week. Curtis Jones scored a ridiculously filthy goal last night for England. Which is
America
very
won
nice.
against Jamaica. I see.
Fuck me, they've got Luton players playing for Jamaica. You'd think they should beat them.
Brilliant.
Don't get too carried away. Fucking hell.
All right.
Yeah, so we got Nations League. We've got Ireland. England have got Ireland on Sunday, is it? And then, so all the English players and Irish players who play in the Premier League will be finished after the Sunday, and they'll be back with their clubs for a full week nearly before, well, a full working week before their games. Other nations, your mileage may vary. And if you're in South America, your mileage varies quite a lot, obviously, from people in Europe. Because it's quite a long way. And in Japan and places like that. So, some players might be coming back late, all that bullshit that normally happens in international breaks. And they might not play. Luis Diaz, doesn't tend to play the Liverpool. Doesn't start for Liverpool usually the weekend after. And Darwin Núñez. But who knows, because they've got a few injuries. Who knows?
I don't know, man. You're going well. You're going nice and deep here. This is good. This is good knowledge.
Hey.
Look, everybody, look at what we're up against here.
Yeah, it's
All
not
right.
helping that much, though. I'm still like 50 points off top so far this season. But, Nathan is having a bit of a good season. He's definitely... Where is he? overall rank is 162,000. So that's pretty
Yeah, that's
fucking
very
good.
Fair enough. Fair play.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically he doesn't count, right? So now we can come down
You start
one.
from 6th downwards.
So we've all
That's great.
hey everybody, we've all gone up a level. We're fine.
Yeah, Luciano is only like 14 points behind, so he must
We
be
can
in the
boot
top half
people.
now.
Don't
Okay.
forget.
Oh, I can. Anyway.
All right.
That's
Okay,
enough
good.
football.
Good. Okay, right. Let's move on to some listener stuff. Paul W says last week, I haven't read this by the way. So anybody, I very rarely read these emails. So if you want to drop some sort of bomb in here, just put it, although the guys might pick up on it before, but I just realized I'm reading it fresh. Paul W says last week you all seem to hit a bit of you all seem to have hit. This is why I should have read it beforehand, right?
I should have edited it maybe to help you, because I
Yeah,
usually go through and just edit it.
Jesus. Last week you all
Google's
seemed
usually
to be...
quite good. Look, if you just click on that bit there, it says there, it just changes it for you. Google's clever.
Oh yeah, okay, well, I don't trust it. Last week you all seem to have hit a bit of a gaming burnout. Is it perhaps a bit of the winter blues? Due to the longer winter nights, have you all been getting enough vitamin D? I must admit I've bought a PlayStation 5 Pro Edition, but I have to say the only real difference that I have noticed since making the purchase is to my bank balance. I did call Sony to complain about the lack of visual enhancements. They simply said I should have gone to Specsavers. But I find it completely unreasonable now that the PlayStation 5 Pro has been released for Sony to shame people into making the purchase due to Sony officially rebranding the non-Pro edition as like PlayStation 5 Amateur Edition. A very corporate move indeed. Why do I feel like I'm saying that's not real?
I suspect none of this is true.
That would actually be like the best marketing ever.
Yeah, I have not
if
heard
they
that.
actually did that.
PlayStation 5 Scumbag Edition. That's what they should call it, the standard one.
Scrub Edition.
Pauper Edition. No, Billy No Mates Edition.
About the bit of gaming burnout, is it a bit of the winter blues? No, I don't think so. I haven't even hit winter yet. I game less in the summer anyway, I think, because I don't like being stuck in my basement. I may pick it up. Actually, it may be the opposite. Winter may pick it back up. Astrobot is waiting in the library for me.
As in it's ready for you to pick up?
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't going to stop.
It has been for days.
How are you not picking that up?
I can't be bothered to go to the library.
You lazy bastard.
Plus, I forgot. I'm reading a book as well. I got out from the libraries, so I want to get that finished, and then when I take them back, I'll.
Is that the ABCs?
Well, no, it's called.
Always be Crispins.
It's called. I got from the library the Doomsday Clock Parts 1 and 2, which is the sequel to The Watchmen. So
sounds
I didn't even know
somewhat depressing potentially.
Yeah, but it's a crossover too. So you have the Watchmen crossover into the DC universe.
Sounds depressing. More and more you speak about it, the more depressing it's getting.
Yeah, I guess a little bit, but I have to read. I was a massive fan of the Watchmen, so so I had to get it. Had to find out. Anyway,
comic?
Yeah, I'll report back on it when
novels?
I'm finished.
Are they
graphic novel at the time, but you can call it a comic book if you want. I don't care. I'm not precious anymore.
Graphic novel makes it sound a bit
I'm not
more
gatekeeping.
adult.
I'm not gatekeeping the graphic novel comic world. I'll come back to that when I've finished them. Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Exciting.
So Astrobot. So back. Yeah. Anyway. So Astrobot's waiting for. So yeah. I don't know.
I've just been playing one game a lot more than any other. Is the thing, and it's a game we spoke about fucking tons, so it's difficult to keep talking about on the podcast.
Yes.
So,
Dave, burnout.
Yeah. I'm struggling to find a game that I really can be asked to get my teeth into again.
Right.
I want to get into Factorio. I haven't played it.
Have you played Cyberpunk?
No. Well, I have.
Should probably
but
start
that was
that
years ago.
Just not floating your boat.
I don't know. Just getting into something. Just not. Yeah. Not like I used to.
What were you doing? Your factory games a lot of, and sort of never-ending games is the problem you've been playing.
Yeah, but I haven't even been playing them.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, and is there anything else we need to answer in them from Paul W. There? Do you think he did buy a PlayStation 5 Pro, or are we being
I
trolled
don't
there as
know.
well?
I think he was just messing. Honestly, he may have done, but I think the rest of it was just messing.
All right. Anyway, thank you very much, Paul W.
You not heard
What
anything
else have
more
we got?
about your PS5 Pros? Anyone know you got one? Not heard
No.
anyone good say anything good about them, other than the people who are getting paid to fucking.
I'm
turn their head
I'm in
or-
I like again I'm in a I'm in another group where I don't have to interact with you guys. And they're all over, a load of them are all over the PS5 Pro. But they do, a lot of them approach it very much from a subjective point of view, like, you know, what are the games that they're getting the increases on, what's running
PS4
steadily.
ones, apparently.
So yeah, I don't know. I think
Apparently,
there's
the fan's really loud. That's
Oh,
what I've heard about them.
I've
you
heard the
do fucking
opposite.
surprise me.
So I think these
Okay.
guys were saying the opposite, not as loud as actually, hold on. They were saying it, I think they did say it not as loud as the PS4 Pro. That doesn't mean it's not loud, right?
So it's
Because
not-
that was
it's not
insanely
like-
loud.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. And I think there's also a little bit of confirmation bias in there, or purchase validation in some of the stuff you hear on this. So who knows? Fuck
Yeah.
knows. You know
Well,
what? If you
you'll have to
wanted it
buy
and
one.
you're in, yeah, well, that's just not going to happen, is it? I'm
Maybe they can justify it by,
Scrub
like,
edition.
by justifying it by putting a hose on the back of where the vent is and using it as a Hoover as well.
It's just
It's a 2-in-1.
Multi-purpose,
Yeah.
multi-purpose.
it's a heater. It's a portable heater, semi-portable
Does
heater.
They're 3-in-1. It's a games console.
It looks like an
Hoover,
air
and-
conditioning unit, but in fact, it's a heater. Yeah.
I'm getting the impression that, you know, it is obviously running some things more stable.
Well,
I
I've
hope so.
played some more Gran Turismo this week, which I won't talk about it more because I don't play loads of it. I never spoke about it. I've said everything there is to say about it. Other than that, I look at that game, and that is a PS5 Pro enhanced game. I'm like, it doesn't look bad on my PS5 basic. There's things I can see that could be better, obviously, if I was playing it on my PC, but it doesn't impact what I'm playing and seeing. Like, it doesn't judder and stutter and perform shit and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know how much.
I think
better could it be?
think, you know, I think it is better. I think you are definitely paying a premium for the betterness of it. You know, those increased frames or the increased pixels or whatever you're getting out of it, and the pisser and all that sort of stuff, right?
The pisser?
PSSR and all that upscaling and all sorts of shit. Fuck knows, mate. I don't know. I see it thrown around and I know nothing about it, and I can't devote the time to understand it.
That only works if it's obviously coded into the enhancements. Like that's not just a thing that happens automatically, unless it's on PS4. I think PS4 stuff happens automatically, but PS5 games have to be worked on to give them the enhancements, I believe.
I believe you're right, you know, and so it's not, you know,
because the PS4 stuff is basically running an emulator.
It's just going to be a setting in a text document somewhere in the actual file itself. So
no, it's that simple, Dave.
Yes.
Just press the button.
Just increase frame rates.
It's next to the
double.
HD button.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of dust on it. The HD
HDR.
So I don't know, you know, and if people want to, that's where people want to spend their money and and they're happy with their purchase, so be it. I mean, I honestly, I would put if you gave me a PS5 Pro now and I took it downstairs and plugged it in, and then first of all, it'd probably still sit there for a few days before it even got a game in it. And secondly, would I notice any difference? Apparently, it runs the same.
You don't wear glasses, which you need.
I don't know. Anyway, right. Come on, we're going over old ground anyway.
I can't judge anybody on their spending habits about their hobbies. I'm the worst. So.
Well, no, but see, it's to be the same as like if I was to put an upgraded graphics card in my PC, right? If I went from a 46,
you can easily tell the difference with them because you spent hundreds of pounds on them.
Can't you see the hundreds of pounds I've spent? Slightly, I guess.
And the thing that worries me about a PS5 Pro as well is that if I was to go down that route, then it'd be like, well, you'd have to get a better telly, wouldn't you? So now I'm not in just for the PS5 Pro. Now I'm in for the telly, and then telly wouldn't be big enough, so it'd have to be a big telly, which probably costs more than the PS5 Pro.
Oh, definitely. If you want a good one.
So yeah. So anyway, it's
My
not
TV
That's
that
not for
was
me.
only a 43-inch TV was more expensive than the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
And it runs my PS5 great, and my PS5 looks great on it. You know,
Mm.
the thing is, people spend shitloads of money on a console and have a shit TV plugged into it. It's like, that would be madness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like having a great stereo and shit speakers, right?
yeah. Bit like that. Yeah.
It's exactly like that. Right, come on. All right, Pilch says
He's coming with the
got
big
one of his,
questions here.
I know, the important
big.
stuff of the day.
There's debates to be had here,
All right.
especially about the first one.
First one is Kylie or Danny.
Well, they're both knocking on a bit, surely, these days, aren't they?
We all are, Neil, and we all.
Well, not as much as Kylie. She's about
Dude,
60, isn't she?
Dude,
56.
I was watching
much?
Kylie Minogue on TV when I was when I was in my mid-teens, right? So
bet you
God
were.
knows.
She's
Oh,
56.
yeah. Well, I was
Kylie's-
never. So so she's a couple of years older than me.
Practically dead then.
Yeah, hopeless. So anyway, Kylie or Danny. So back in the day, I would say Danny Minogue all day, every day. I mean, I have no
I
idea.
have no idea what
state-
she looks like now. I bet she's a bit rough now.
Oh man, well, give her the benefit of doubt. I'm sure she's aged very nicely. Hey,
No,
say
I
Danny.
haven't seen anything from Danny for a while, to
right.
be fair.
Danny. Let's get some
Yeah.
answers out. Danny.
I think
In the primes.
when I was
and my primes.
when I was looking, Danny. Yeah.
Yeah,
Neil.
yeah,
Danny?
I definitely had a thing for Danny Minogue back in the day.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. 3 Dannys. Ant or Deck.
Well, you can't have one without the other, can you?
The package
They're
deal.
basically
I can't-
conjoined twins.
I don't know which one is which.
Ant's got a big forehead, and so is Deck.
And he stands on the left. you see
Ant's
them as
got
you
like
say
dark
them.
hair, darker
Ant's the
hair,
sort of bigger, a little bit bigger with dark
slightly
hair, right?
taller. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, or Deck.
and he's the
Probably
short one.
Ant.
I think they're probably shit without the other one, both of them.
I don't
So-
know. Deck looks like he'd piss me off in a conversation, but Ant looks like he'd probably be a good laugh.
He had a few issues, I think. Ant.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say like
that's
he
why.
looks
That's
like,
why he looks like he's
he-
probably a good laugh.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he's as much of
Anybody-
a laugh as he used to be. To be fair.
Well, most people who are a good laugh have issues.
Yeah.
Keeps things interesting.
Yeah.
This could be.
He has all the contacts.
That's right.
Yeah, he's the man to know.
Hanging out with him is fun,
Yeah.
right?
For a while, till he
Anyway,
starts
now we-
crying.
Now we've built up. Yeah, well, that's when you go home. That's when your taxi comes.
Yeah.
Later, dude.
Oh, is that the time?
Ant's crying again. Party's over.
The guy, you see that? Yeah, barman, you see that guy crying on the step? Yeah, over there. Yeah, he's picking up the tab. See ya. All right. I say Ant.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
be.
think that one. Yeah.
All right. And in a similar vein,
But this is another
Trump
double
or-
act. Another double act.
Trump or Kim Jong Un? Wasn't Kim Jong Un? He was the dad, though, wasn't he?
No, it's King Jong Il,
oh.
wasn't it? Which one's Il and Un?
Oh,
Il and Un.
I don't know.
I don't know. They're-
Kim Jong Il
both pretty
seems a bit 80s, isn't it? It's a bit Beastie Boys. Il.
The unbehavior.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is the younger. Il was the
Well,
older,
Un.
I guess. Un is the young.
Un
Un's
sounds
the current, yeah.
rhymes with young. Obviously, younger one.
Oh yeah, I know.
He
Cool.
seems a bit insane.
Yeah, I gave this some thought already. I did see
Did
this
you?
one earlier. Yeah. So I would go Trump, and here's why.
Because he speaks English.
Well, first of all, that helps, I guess. But you see, Trump, all you have to do is realign your views a little bit and just go, you know what? I'm on the Trump train. You know, this is what I have. Trump or the dictator over in North Korea who treats his people.
Well,
you
give
know,
it
whatever.
4 years,
Anyway.
mate. He might be a
Yeah,
dictator.
ooh, little bit controversial, Neil.
Bit politics.
So, once you align yourself with Trump, you're just like, well, I'm fucking on the Trump train. Here I am, right? And then you just
There's
fucking
no getting
manage
off this
that.
train till he dies.
Problem with Kim Jong Un I have is that if you get on the wrong side of Trump, what's going to happen, right? It's fucking just going to go to shit or whatever. He'll probably throw you under the bus for something. You may go to
He
prison.
might give
who
you a
knows, or
Department of
whatever.
Defense job. I don't know. If you get on the
who
wrong side of
knows?
it.
Yeah, that's right. Who knows? Kim Jong Un, I get the feeling you could be very easily disappear.
You could definitely get
right?
murdered, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It's
So
probably
anyway, that's
harder
why
to get murdered in America by, well, you say that now, but give it a couple of months.
suicided.
Give it a
Get
couple of
suicided.
months.
Well,
Who
that's the
knows?
Democrats, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway,
The Democrats.
Trump.
Yeah, it's a tough choice, isn't it, really? But yeah. At least if he was insulting Trump, he might actually understand you in English. He probably wouldn't understand you, but even if it wasn't English.
All right, answers.
Trump.
Let's go.
It's bad enough, this is bad. They're both bad.
I don't know. At least Kim Jong Un's gonna absolutely murder you if you're gonna say one bad thing about him.
Well, you know exactly
Trump,
where you stand with him, don't you?
You could be his best. You could be Trump's best friend and just be thrown to the wolves for no reason.
Plenty of people who've worked for him, he's decided they're shit at their job. So don't get a job with it.
So what's your answer?
Kim Jong Un for me.
Ooh,
Nice.
Controversial.
Yeah. All right. No, I was hoping we would get somebody would. That's the only one where we all differed.
We need to do that. We need to do host. Don't stop playing games. Supports Kim Jong Un. Suddenly he's not here anymore.
Filch, you want the seat back? We know now. Just send him, Dave. Just send him to North Korea. Suicide. Make him disappear. All right. Very good. Thanks, Pilch. All right. Let's move on then to what we've been doing. I don't have much on mine. Neil's got a few things. Do you want to start, Neil?
Right. We've had work on the Qashqai. Exciting stuff. More exciting stuff. It's had a service in MOT and it's booked in for the timing belt change. Ooh, exciting.
What is that? Just they're you should
get
major
this
maintenance.
Done major maintenance. Recommended 5 years or 60,000 miles.
60,000, yeah.
So we've had it more than 5 years. Hasn't been done. Better get it done because if it does fuck up, it's expensive. So
can be. There's two types, aren't there? There's interference and non-interference.
What? I don't fucking know what you're talking about. Are we still talking about
Basically,
Asians?
there's two. We're talking about timing chain. So you have interference and non-interference. And if it's non-interference and it goes, it's not a big deal. But if you have an interference timing chain and it goes, it basically fucking destroys your engine.
I don't know what we've got. If it's not a chain, I've got a belt.
Mine's interference.
Well, obviously, because if they want to fucking get some coin out of you in a few years' time, if you don't do it, look after it.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, also, I bought a SD card for the Qashqai to update the sat-nav. Because I spoke to my guy in the garage. I was like, yeah, the sat-nav's well out of date, blah, blah, blah. He's like, just get one on eBay. I was like, oh. He was like, yeah, you can get them well cheap on eBay. So I went on eBay when I got home. There was one for £8. And I was like,
you did it? Did you do it?
Yeah, I didn't buy that one because I was like, that sounds a bit dodgy. Like, they've got hardly anything. It was like, £8? That sounds a little bit too good to be true because all the others were like 25 to 30 quid. And I was like, £8 sounds wrong. So I went for the 25 quid option because they had 100% positive feedback and all that. So I was like, right, fine, let's go with this guy. And put it in today. You have to press update when you put it in. And I'm like, here we go. And it took about 5 minutes to do the update. And then it was a little bit slow to start with, but I think it works okay. Now it's working. It's in. It appears it has the new road down the road, like towards the motorway. I was like, oh, it's got that new road on. Okay.
That's
so
your test.
It's not completely shit and like massively out of date already. It's 2023 maps, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently from Nissan, they're well over 100 quid for an SD card to update your fucking sat nav.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
You can download them.
Yeah.
You can find it online.
Probably. But
definitely, you can. I know, I've done it with a Nissan.
You got to make sure you get the right one,
Transit.
basically. Otherwise, you can brick your fucking console or whatever. But
yeah. You get the make, model, year,
Was it?
Everything.
£8? Fuck it.
I was 25 quid I paid.
Oh, 25 quid, sorry.
Yeah. But still a lot cheaper than buying one from Nissan. And it worked.
Good.
So now I can copy the SD card and flog it on eBay, like I guess this guy did. That's the Qashqai shit out of the way. I bought some bits and bobs because I've been off work this week, so I've been doing a few little jobs. I've got all these Wi-Fi light bulbs everywhere, but what I did in the porch is I bought a switch, a Wi-Fi switch for the wall. So you press the button to turn the light on and off, and it still works. But also it has that connects to the Wi-Fi, so I can use it like set timers and all that crap. What did surprise me initially was that you have to use batteries in it to make it work on the Wi-Fi and everything. I was like, it's plugged into the fucking electric. Why does it need batteries? But I guess it's just like it's a light-in switch circuit, so it's not. It's kind of live. Obviously, it's obviously live.
I'll tell you why. It's cheaper for them to put in a battery circuit than it is to put in a transformer.
Yeah.
240 volts down to the fucking 5 volts that it needs for the thing,
so
right?
It was quite cheap for the Switch, and two AA batteries required every now and again, obviously, to keep it working. It's not going to use a lot of electric.
Yay! Throw them in the landfill. Keep going.
Oh, I take them to the recycling, mate. Battery
get some
recycling point.
rechargeable ones.
Honestly,
get some rechargeable.
From IKEA.
I bought some cheap Amazons, normal ones to start with. But I've got chargers everywhere for fucking rechargeable batteries. My thing is rechargeable; they don't last forever.
No.
A lot of mine don't last now.
I got something to tell you, and it's going to shock you. No battery lasts forever.
Well, obviously, especially the ones that aren't rechargeable. So that, like I say, then you just don't have to fanny about changing the light bulbs because it's a weird light fitting, so it's got funny light bulbs in. So I was like, it'll be easier to just change the switch. And I also bought another sensor for the porch. So you open the front door to come in the house, click, the light comes on. And also vice versa, because we've got like 2 doors, like an airlock out the porch. It's got 2 doors. And the main door to the outside, and then there's another door to come in the actual house. So obviously the opposite works. Like when you open the door like someone's at the door, you open the internal door, the light comes on. It's great. And then it doesn't detect motion for a minute, it turns the light off. Perfect. Works great. Also bought a mirror for the porch.
So hang on. So all these lights are movement sensitive as well.
I bought like a little sensor that connects to the hub. So and then it tells the switch to turn on and off.
So it's not the actual lights that are like.
You can get.
Okay.
I was looking in Homebase the other day because we've got a hallway, like there's a hall, main part of the hall, and then there's like the corridor to where the back room. Yes. And down the corridor bit, there's like no lights. The only light is in the main sort of hall area, so it gets a bit dark and dingy down the hallway, which leads to the back room and the bathroom, downstairs bathroom. So I was looking at some like lights that you can stick up. I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up putting a LED strip down there, which is then plugged into a plug upstairs. So a Wi-Fi plug, which then when you go past the sensor, click, turns the light switch on, turns the light in the hall, plus then the light strip will come on as well. Yeah, but
exciting stuff.
I've got a lot of Wi-Fi shit going on in my house now. I've got quite a lot of Wi-Fi bulbs, a Wi-Fi switch, plus everything else, phones and everything else. My Wi-Fi is probably quite busy. It works.
Well, as long as it works.
It's quite cool when you don't have to worry about turning switches on and shit, even though they're quite handy close to you most of the time. But they're not always. Not always. Like the worst one is the hallway. Like you come out of the bathroom, there's no light switch there because it's at the other end of the room. So there you go. And what happens is fucking little twats in the house don't keep leaving lights on everywhere. They just turn themselves off.
That's a win. That's something I could get behind.
bit of an effort to sort of.
I
get it
thought about
working.
stuff like that though, and I don't think there's any. I can't think of any lights that I want lights to stay on though, right? So, or what do you can have the option to keep them
You can
on,
put them
right?
on like I can. If senses motion, I can put it on to stay on for like 10 minutes, a minute, 2 minutes, whatever, and then it will turn itself
I
off.
also have the concern that if I was to put in stuff like that, it would actually make the children worse.
Well,
like,
even lazier.
Even lazier.
Yeah. Well, they've got Wi-Fi bulbs in their rooms, so which means that I've set them so that at like 8:30 a.m. every Monday to Friday, the lights get turned off. Because if they don't fucking turn them off, then it turns them off anyway. Because they're not here, unless it's a school,
Right.
like school holidays or whatever. Well, she's finished school, but yeah, I'm in control. That's what I like.
Yes. Good. The illusion of control.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
Right, I watched a film, a Nicolas Cage jam called Arcadian, which is post-apocalyptic, weird alien kind of shit. But you don't. It's super low budget. You would see, apart from the aliens when they turn up. Like, there's no special effects other than like the alien guys. They make a right fucked up noise as well when they like come and see them. You see them like, oh yeah, they look pretty fucking scary. But you don't see a lot of them, so it's just a lot of slow build. Like there's always this shit, that danger in the background. He's
It's
basically
what you don't see.
Exactly. He's a dad at the very start. He's a dad.
He got good jokes.
He doesn't really do much joking, to be fair. It's a bit
Yeah,
of a,
he's not a good dad.
It's
Then,
a
is he? He's lame dad.
grim scenario. It's all pretty serious, and it's this little like proper like a baby and virtually a baby, and he runs home to them. And that's the beginning. And then it goes to like 15 years later. So he's like, there's one that's like maybe 17, and one's like 15 and a bit, and they're both boys. So teenage boys, brothers. Little bit of a needle between the two of them. Post-apocalypse, pretty shit times, obviously. And they're obviously having to grow up fast and all that kind of crap. One of them keeps going to the next door farm, which is like he has to run there, fucking a few miles away.
Oh, why? What's he doing at the farm? Is he stealing food?
No, he might be seeing a young lady. That's
Oh.
maybe why he keeps going there, because there's a young girl there he quite fancies.
Oh, fox in the hen house.
Yeah, and yeah, so actually, for the first hour a bit, I did find myself like just checking the phone every now and again because it's a little bit slow, but it was worth watching. It was only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
5 out of 5. This has got.
Is it worth it though?
Yeah,
is
I
it
think so.
is it levels of?
It's not
It's not
mind blowing.
levels of the one we watched the other time.
No, the one that was fucking, I was just blew my mind a bit. Like the last one I said about.
But it's made. But if you're going to watch a movie, it could be worth
It's
a
all
watch.
right. It's worth it. It's not exactly happy times.
Was that on a streaming?
This was on Sky,
service?
so I don't know.
I think
what
it's on Netflix here.
Quaxel was saying, check out the shoebill stalk, very similar to the aliens in Arcadia. Terrifying birds that you wouldn't want to come across. Yeah, they're pretty fucked up.
Shoebill storks look like, yeah, they definitely look prehistoric.
There's the sound they make in this fucking Arcadia. It's like, whoa, don't like that at all. Don't like that. But yeah, pretty cool.
All right.
Very serious though. No crazy Nicolas Cage antics in this film.
No, okay, all right.
Pretty straight, played down the middle like a good Jeffrey Boycott drive. Yeah, no weird shit really. So that was all right. 90 minutes, pretty quiet, pretty brief. And I've just watched this evening the first episode of the new Day of the Jackal TV series.
Oh, who's made that?
It's on Sky. I don't know what it is. Who's made it? It's available all over the world, I assume, because it's one of those.
I've seen lots of adverts about
budget.
this.
Yeah, because they've been
Who's
plugging
that?
this for the fucking about 3 months.
Have
Yeah.
they? Who's
It's
this-
Eddie
who's
Redmayne
that?
is the guy, the sniper assassin. He played the wheelchair man.
The redhead
physics.
guy.
Yeah, maybe he played.
Fantastic
What's his fucking
Not
name?
that.
The clever guy in the wheelchair.
Hawking.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking. He played him when he could walk and when he couldn't, in The Theory of Everything, and he's been in loads of other stuff. He won an Oscar for that. And yeah, so massively high production values. It's all like looks lovely, Ultra HD. Probably gonna be too long because it's gonna be 10 episodes, and obviously the film was like 2 hours. But it's very different, I think.
But it is based on a book, though, right?
I think it's basics very loosely based on the book, I would say, because obviously like if I have seen the film, I do not remember it or read the book. But basically, he is an assassin is hired to kill the French
No,
president.
I think my point is like a book. You could, like it is based on a book, right? So the book,
well,
the book you
character
could probably.
But I don't think anything that happens in the TV show is going to be happening in the book because it's all modern. They've all got fucking like smartphones. It's modern day. It's not based on because obviously this book was written fucking 50 years ago.
Yeah, but my point is like you can go to depth on a book that 10 episodes they can get that they couldn't do in a 2
yeah. But
film, right? So imagine the movies are probably pretty brutal in what they do cut out, right?
But I think the movie is probably much more faithful to the book than this TV show will be because, like I say, this TV show, modern times, obviously that's not what happened in that book. We've all got smartphones. It's obviously now this is happening, but obviously, I guess the character is basically based on the guy from the book, and he's basically a sniper, so he kills people. But other than that, I don't know how much it's got in common with the book. Or the old film.
All right. Well, we'll find out. Maybe we should go maybe I should go read the book first.
Nah, just watch the old film. It's only 2 hours. You'll be reading the book for a month.
The audiobook.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I've got a 60-day trial for Audible. Maybe I could do that.
Yeah.
Because I bought something on Amazon that they gave me a 60-day Audible trial. I don't know what that fucking that was.
But you can listen to it in the QQ.
I could, but I don't really go in the QQ very often. So anyway. It's one of these modern drama series, which is, like I say, probably too long. It needs more longer than it needs to be. But I wasn't bored for the first hour. I didn't look at my phone for the first hour. But yeah, so interesting. It's a good start. There's 6 episodes out of 10 at the moment, but they're only releasing 1 a week. They released 5 in the first week, and then it's 1 a week from now.
All right.
So anyway.
Okay, good. We'll have more of that then. Well, you're going to go back for episode 2.
Yes, definitely. That's the family watch. When I say family, I mean my son, me, and my wife. My daughter's never here.
Sure, it's nothing to do with you. Okay, anything else?
Went to the doctors, went to the hospital, had my eye field test.
Oh my God, he has got other stuff. Holy shit. Why is it not down? Come on.
It's like, I went to the hospital, had an eye field test.
All right, your time is done. Do we need to know about your health? Is it important?
I haven't heard back yet.
Okay, I'll do.
We'll find out next week.
Yeah. All right. Oh, he's a
spoiler for next week.
All right, you're shut down, closed. Okay, I'll go. I finished The Penguin.
Finished.
Had you
rewatched the Batman last week? You'd already rewatched the Batman, hadn't you, last week?
I haven't finished rewatching the Batman. Okay. No, I keep doing it in chunks and I haven't finished it yet.
That doesn't seem like the best way to watch a movie.
Honestly, I can't sit through it as long. As what the last chunk I did, I think I've sat down in maybe 2 or 3 sittings now. Certainly, like the last sitting down I did, I watched it and I was like, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And then it got to the Catwoman interaction bit, and I was just like, this isn't working for me.
Catwoman?
And then I got I don't know her name, but
it's always a highlight of a Batman film, Catwoman.
Yeah, it just didn't really work. And then I got annoyed, and then I stopped watching it. So I need to go back to it again. But
so you're going to start it from the beginning again?
No. I'll continue watching it. I don't have very much left to finish off.
It's not that long a film. How many chunks have you watched? Half an hour at a time?
Look, you just sit here telling us how much holiday you have. I don't have that luxury. 2 hours is a long time. Everybody knows this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I did finish The Penguin last night. Last episode, absolutely cracking, brilliant. One of the best series I've watched in a long time. Really enjoyed it. Not brilliant all the way through. I certainly think there were some, you know what? There are some weak parts to that.
Is it too long? Are there too many episodes where it goes a bit flat in the middle and you're like, what the fuck? Why do we go over it like that?
Only about maybe... I think there's a couple of points where you get like an episode and you just go, yeah, that was okay. And then the next episode more than makes up for it, right? And the finale on the last episode was brilliant. Just honestly, that was worth, the whole journey was worth it. For that last episode was brilliant. So highly recommend it.
So just watch your last episode, you saying?
No, absolutely do not do that. Do not do that.
Watch what's happened before at the beginning of episode, the final episode, and then just watch the final episode.
Yeah,
Tell you everything you
it's
need
good
to know.
though. It has been, I find myself watching it, and then afterwards, I'm sitting there going through Wikipedia and looking up the history of characters, and I've been reading about the different ages of, like when you think about it, someone like the Penguin. I mean, they've really done a really deep dive into who, into a lot of focus on the Penguin, more focus than he's probably had ever, right?
What about in Gotham? Wasn't he like one of the main characters? He felt like he was the main character in Gotham.
Oh, I never watched that, so I can't comment on that. I'm not sure.
He was a very different Penguin, I think, to this one.
Yeah, wasn't Danny DeVito a Penguin?
He was, yeah, but of course he was only on a 2-hour movie, right? And he's not, and whatever. And then that had Catwoman in it as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Did it?
So.
Did?
Yeah.
Who was Catwoman then?
Pfeiffer.
Oh, Pfeiffer, yeah.
Oh, that was a good Catwoman. Like that Catwoman.
Yeah.
Not my favorite though. My favorite is probably Julie Newmar.
Was she in the TV Adam West show?
Yeah. She did things to me.
Made her a man. She made her a man.
She made Boy Fraser want to be Man Fraser. All right. Dave, that's pretty much all I've got. I think there was something else I was supposed to put in there, but I've completely forgotten what it was.
Any Jag work being going on?
Oh, fucking don't. I got a coolant leak. I didn't really want to talk about it, but now you brought it up. I'm monitoring the leak. I was just like, I just got out my car the other day and I was like, they say some dogs can smell cancer and all that sort of shit, right? I can smell it. I can smell a repair bill.
You need to get better at that before you buy the car. You need to get that,
and so
develop the sense so it kicks in a bit earlier.
Well, I mean, you can avoid. Well, the thing is, you can try and avoid it.
When you look at it and says Jaguar on it, you're like, maybe not.
I'll tell you, it's so funny, right? Because I got out of the car and I smell the coolant and I'm fucking fuming. I'm like, I know that's a coolant leak and I smell it a mile off. And it's not a big leak or whatever. It's like, it's manageable. I'm going to follow it now for the next, week and see how much it goes and whether it's a real issue. But I will get it sorted out at some point. But it's just not super priority until I find out how bad it is. But I was fucking fuming. And then I get up to my office and I look down and look at the car and I go, yeah, it's fucking worth it. So there you go.
I saw a nice Jag today. I think it might have been an XKR. Are they the ones with a soft top?
Oh, I saw a beautiful XKR yesterday.
Soft top. I was like, that looks pretty fucking fancy. It had massive yellow brake calipers at front and rear. I was like, ooh.
That thing stops. Ooh. Yeah.
Like the discs filled the rim. They were fucking massive.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got some stopping power for sure.
Need it. Heavy car.
Well, assuming the engine doesn't smash up to pieces and fucking stop it one way or another.
I don't want to think about brakes. Let's not go there. All right. Dave, what you got?
Yes. So I got my new camera through the other day. Today, actually. I've been messing around with that. My Insta360 X4, which is, I'll show it to you now if you're watching. It's this.
Ooh, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Oh, it's got BMW branded?
Yeah. I got it off the website, and they're doing a BMW version of it. Because I'm going to use it as an Instacam on my actual bike.
Looks fancy.
I've got a mount. Yeah, well, I hope so. Pretty expensive enough.
Holy shit! $600.
It's not that well. I didn't.
That's Canadian.
I paid UK. Yeah.
Davey boy.
The thing that annoyed me is I bought it from Insta360, and they shipped it from China. And I was like, oh shit! I should have bought it from Amazon.
They're going to ship it from China too.
Yeah. Well, no. If I'd bought it from Amazon, it would have been like a day or two, rather than shipping it from China, which was like 5.
Wouldn't have had BMW printed on it in dodgy
it wouldn't have had
Chinese writing.
No.
And you'd have the Amazon returns.
So yeah. But no, I've installed it. I've made a few shit videos. Messed about with it. I downloaded the software for it. It is an amazing piece of kit, and it's far too complicated for me. And I really need to learn how to do decent video editing.
Oh,
Because basically, you take the video, and then it's a 360 shot of everything, and then you within the editor.
does
You
it not come
decide,
with software?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, but it in there you've still got to choose what the focus is if you want it, how you want it to be projected. You can do like a
Can you put it in VR then? You can watch it in VR, so you can just look around.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you
got
send that to
VR
us so we
finally.
can look at it VR? We go on a
So-
VR bike ride with you.
So I'm gonna do a few videos on bike ride, and I'll probably make a new channel and put some stuff on.
Oh my
Of,
god!
like-
You know what you should do?
Go on.
You should do a bike ride from yours to Neil's house
Yeah.
with Neil meeting you at the end. That would be awesome.
Would it be awesome?
Yeah.
So no, I go out most weekends on the bike. So yeah, I've kind of set it up. I initially
He
said
ain't visiting you. He's
I-
visiting. Fuck you,
Got more
Neil.
exciting places to go.
it's not that far. It's only like 45 minutes.
Oh, I'm not
You
watching
could go
that.
quicker than that.
I'd have to cut
Yeah,
them all out.
yeah.
Cut
But
the
yeah,
end
no,
out too.
It's a bit
it's-
boring
it's-
road-wise, isn't it? Down the motorway.
you can make it more interesting. Yeah. But no, I've got a mounting kit for my bike as well. For it, so it's only a 1/4-inch screw mount, and that's quite common. So I've got a bike mounting kit, and I've mounted it in such a way that because my bike's got quite a big screen. Initially, where I thought I was going to put it, it was like completely blocked by the screen, and the screen's really dark, and you wouldn't be able to see anything. I was like, oh fuck! But I've found out that I can put it on the left side,
You get a big
and
pole.
then you can. I've got a very big pole.
Hey.
Yee.
Ooh.
So this is
That
like
come with it?
That came with it, which is
That's a
it's-
handy hold pole.
this is a handy hold, but you can get mounts for poles. This is a what they call it, a visipole, because where it mounts on the camera, you doesn't see it, so it's invisible. But you can get clamps to clamp the pole to your bike, and don't know.
Yes.
and you can kind of like third-person view shots of the bike with the invisible.
Because you could stick it behind you, kind of thing.
Yes.
So it sticks
Yeah.
out. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. It is, and I'm like, oh, I'm really scared of it falling off though, or I look like a bit of a knob with a fucking massive camera. Well, not a massive camera, but a big pole sticking out the back of my bike. I'll have to do it on like
You
really
ain't gonna see
quiet
it.
roads, and
Everyone looks at
Yeah,
you
well,
thinking,
that's
what
it,
a
yeah.
twat. You'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck you, I'm on this fucking mad looking bike, bro. Hey, you and your shitty fucking maestro.
So yeah, I got that. I've been messing about with it today a bit. Yeah, that'll be my weekend mainly now. Messing about with that.
Nice.
But it's a proper bit of kit.
Sounds it.
Yeah, no, it's I'll have fun, and then I'll probably forget about it. Because that's what I do. That's just me. So yeah. What else? Oh, to be honest, it's been pretty quiet this week. But the only other thing that I could think of to talk about, I don't know if anybody else is listening has had this, is I went to Subway today, and with my daughter, we had a bit of a treat, a Friday takeout, and the way I describe it is the joy has been sucked out of Subway now, because they've replaced the go up to the counter and order, and then go through the order with the person that's making your sandwich to the
You have
end.
to do a
and then
touch screen then.
You do a touch screen now, and you
cheaper.
You say it's so depressing.
Just robot, make my sandwich.
It's
They haven't quite got to the point where robots do make your sandwich yet.
well, that'll probably be coming. Because,
I mean, they try and get people to act like robots in all these places.
It's
But
it like if they the fun of Subway is going through and speaking with another human being to go through the process and they go, oh, go on, bit more of that, a bit more cheese, or or put some more
there's no
jalapenos on
option to
there.
speak to a person now.
Can you stop calling them persons, please? They're sandwich artists.
Not anymore.
No. It's it yeah. The Subway experience has been replaced with touchscreens, and okay, yes, you can get more orders ordered quickly, but it still takes the people the same amount of time to make the
It
fucking
can
sandwiches.
only go so fast making the sandwich.
And so like everyone's then standing around going, I'm waiting for a sandwich. If before
Well,
you
before
would
they were
go,
standing around waiting, going, "Fuck
No.
me, this guy! Will you fucking hurry up and choose what you're having in your sandwich?"
No. Before you would be standing there waiting to be served, and you'll be going, "Oh, what shall I have? I could have this. I could do that." And you could make a decision.
Looking at the state
you know-
of the ingredients before you decide what you're having in them.
Well, you could.
Oh,
You,
that looks like it's
yeah,
been there a
well,
couple of hours. I'm
well,
not having
that's
that.
it. Yeah, you could make like informed choices. Now you just go up to the screen and go, and you don't even. To be honest, I didn't even know what I wanted, so I was just like, "Oh, fuck it, I'll have whatever."
It's only ever the steak and cheese with peppers and onions and shit for me.
I went for chicken teriyaki, and I was a bit disappointed with it. But maybe I was disappointed by the experience. I don't know.
Obviously, I'm not allowed to choose anymore.
Subway, you're not going there for a fine dining experience, and I can't imagine they offer a Subway that is any better than like some fucking other Subway shop, right?
No, but
You don't have third-party Subway shops.
We have other sandwich shops.
You should have one called the Tube or something around here. Right.
But yeah, no, like that was the only good thing about the Subway is the human interaction in speaking to somebody and going through the order with them.
Right, these things,
The food was okay. The food's
these guys
okay.
are on. But the problem with fast food is it's too expensive now. So like it's fucking expensive, and so people are going less. These companies are continually to rinse. Everything's expensive. Yeah, exactly. Everything's expensive. Fast food is now a luxury. Anybody who thinks otherwise is,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We went out for a treat.
And it really wasn't a treat, was it?
And yeah, it was.
Well, what you really should do in future is just use Just Eat or Deliveroo and just completely cut out the whole experience of going anywhere.
Yeah.
And pay an extra couple of quid for the privilege.
I might as well. Like, right. I know it's sad, right? I used to play a game with people in Tesco's with guess how many like bags my weekly shop will take, and I'd have a human interaction, and I'll be like,
who did you play this game with?
The people that are
the
going
checkout
through
server?
and the
or
checkout
other
server,
customers.
No,
just get all the customers.
Sorry.
Hello?
Can we call them checkout artists, please?
With the checkout artist.
There's not many of them left anymore, I can assure you.
So to be honest, like the checkout artists were not always that
they weren't really
good.
up for it. They weren't up for it.
No. Well, they were just 3. And be like, nah, it's a 5. And I'm like, nah, it's a 3. And I was like, I'll be packing, and I'll
they
be
just be
packing
like,
it very well.
This is 3.
It will be 3. You only get 3. So that's been lost because that's all self-service now. And now I always used to like asking the people at the end of the order, do you want some sauce? What do you reckon? What sauce do you reckon on this? And that was the fun.
That's gone. Yeah. But that's a valid point, right?
Yeah, human interaction costs money.
So check this out. So check this out. So I decided yesterday, I want a pita. What they call here a pita. It's a pita bread, right? Stuffed or souvlaki, pita bread, whatever, shawarma, whatever you want to call it, right? I was like, I want one. Almost a kebab. And so my son and I jumped in the car and we went, to a little way across town because I knew there was a place there I'd never tried and I wanted to try it. 2 guys running it. They got football on the TV, asking us what I want. We're chatting away to them. He says, one of the things, I'm ordering a falafel shawarma for my wife, right? And he goes, what do you want on the falafel shawarma? And I say, oh, I don't know. And he goes, well, look, I recommend this, this, and this. And I'm like, that's fantastic. I'll put that on there. And I go, that's great. But don't put anything crazy on it. No spices or anything spicy or anything like that. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, oh, it's for my wife. I said, she doesn't want anything hot. And he goes, well, what about some garlic sauce? I said, well, she's probably not going to kiss me today. So yeah, I'll have a bit of garlic sauce. He goes, hey, you got garlic sauce on yours too. Maybe you get something a little bit more, eh? The next thing you know, everyone's in there is cracking up, right? Having a good old laugh. That's what you want.
This is it. Honestly, and all that is
It's not
just
if you're under
removed.
the age of 20, you don't want to speak to another human being ever.
I mean, I had my son with me, and he might have those interactions with people. I'm not going to say he
Only
doesn't,
on a headset.
but it's great. But it's great that he sits there and sees me interacting nicely with guys. Everyone's being personable, right? There's no.
Yeah,
like,
and you say it's cheaper for Subway to do it this way. I'd pay more. I'd be more likely, and to be honest, I'm less likely to go to Subway because they've removed it all now. Whereas before, Subway, yes, it's a treat, but I know there's that experience of a human interaction. I can talk to somebody and we can go through the order and we can have a personable experience about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
They're probably on minimum wage.
dude,
They don't give a shit.
You might as well be going to a vending machine at this point, right?
Yeah.
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 It's bullshit.
Yeah.
This is the modern way.
Let's go.
The first thing I did is I walked in, I saw it, and I said, as I was there, well, this has sucked all the fun out of it. And 2 people around me went, yep.
Yep. So where did you go? Where did you go to get your fun now? When you fund fast food?
Well,
you have to go to the local places that can't afford the technology. Oh, they just get Just Eat.
I'll tell you what, I'll go to the Chinese shop where the old Chinese lady always tries to chat me up.
Really?
There you go. Keep your money low. Yeah, and then keep your money local too, right?
Well, they're probably not paying tax on most of that stuff either.
Who gives a fuck? No one wants to pay tax. All right. Okay, good. Shall we move on to some games? That went on way too long.
Mate, that was brief.
I don't mean just the Subway bit. I mean what we've been doing. I honestly thought we'd have that finished 20 minutes ago. All right. Let's move on then to what we've been playing. No surprises. Neil's got a list as long as your arm.
They're just long words. They're just long
you're
titles.
onto a second line.
Well, I could have left one off. There's 3 fucking games there. There's 3 games.
Before we talk about games, just quickly, because this is relevant today, is anyone watching the Tyson?
It's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay extra for it? It's not like a
you do.
Oh,
I think you do.
I don't think I'm going to watch it. I find the whole thing extremely distasteful.
I'll only watch it if Mike Tyson batters the fuck out of Jake Paul.
It's an awful, awful spectacle. I am, however, first thing tomorrow, I'm going to be tuning into Chinny's live stream for his
yes, we should have mentioned
friend.
This, yes.
Yeah, sorry we didn't mention that earlier. So so Chinny from the Veteran Gamers has a live stream he is doing to raise funds for an unfortunate chap he knows at the snooker club who is facing the end of it, who's having a tough time with cancer. So Chinny's doing a live stream. It's a bunch of snooker people. They don't know who we are. We don't know who they are, but we got to support Chinny and help him out. So if you can tomorrow, as soon as you wake, well, for me, it's as soon as I wake up. I think it starts at 7.
Oh, 12 p.m.
No, I think
it's midday.
No, it's 7 a.m. for me. So 12, midday for you guys.
Oh, he's got to be out before the bingo starts, isn't he? I remember him saying.
Yeah, go find out, investigate on the Veteran Gamers Discord or wherever.
Chin Chinny YouTube channel.
There you go.
Right. I'll post the link
for the
to it on our Discord as well.
Yeah. I don't think we have. I mean, most of our people are in the Veteran Gamers Discord, but there might be a couple of.
Yeah. So that's where my support is going tomorrow. Yeah. So
midday on Saturday.
Yeah.
Till late.
All right. Okay. Neil, then kick us off on some games.
I've finished playing Alan Wake 2. What I was about to say Wake House. It's the Lake House DLC. Last week. It's not super long. Nice, it's good. It's good length. Nice little story. Nice little expansion to Alan Wake 2. It's not up to the same scary shit, mad, crazy stuff that goes on in Alan Wake 2 main game. But for the £1.07 or whatever that I paid, £1.77, all of the expansions together was very much value for money for me. But yeah,
Good.
You are just mooching around this scientific laboratory, doing the stuff, sort of like the stuff that you did in the game, but in a slightly different environment with different weird enemies. You get a different cool gun, and the story is kind of like, I guess, the thing that pushes you through, like the weird. It's all linked now. It's like really bringing that Remedy verse all together. So I don't know what the next thing is. Control 2 maybe is the next thing they're doing, but expect to see much more crossovers between all of their IPs. Maybe. Oh no, they're doing, what's his name? Max Payne remakes, aren't they? Are they doing them, or is someone else doing them?
I don't know.
But yeah, so I think Control 2 is probably the big next thing that isn't a remake or whatever. But like I said, you are playing as one of the Federal Bureau of Control agents, like you were in Control, but you're in Alan Wake 2 now. So it's
How long was it?
a few inches. A couple of long. I don't know, maybe 4 hours.
All right.
4 hours ish, probably total.
4 hours, 4 inches.
Sparish.
There's nothing
It's
wrong
not.
with 4 inches, mate. All right.
But
I really want to play Alan Wake 2. How do I play this game?
It's on
besides buying
Epic. You might be able to get it from the library for your PS5.
Oh, yeah, that one I need to check. Okay, good
But
call.
Yeah. I don't know how.
That's my
You
path.
might,
Well
might
done.
need a
You answered the
PS5 Pro
question.
to get the best out of it. But yeah, it's one of the best looking games you'll play for sure. And it's got super creepy vibes. The sound design in this fucking game, the music and the sound is very, very fucking good in terms of creating that spooky atmosphere. And it does have the moments that you get in Alan Wake 2 as well, where it like throws something up on the screen in front of your face to make you go, ooh. Yeah, and it does all that every time.
All right.
Kind of get to the point where like, it's going to happen here, isn't it? And then it does. So, but yeah, the enemies, there's not very much variety in the enemies, and but it's like I said, if you can get the full package, a good price, you know what's coming soon, don't you?
Alan Wake 3.
Well, no, I doubt it.
Control 2.
There's that Friday in November where lots of sales happen. Xbox have kicked off their big Black Friday sale, so it might be available cheap on the Xbox already. But it's always on sale on Epic. I don't know if it'll ever come to Steam. I don't know what the crack is with it, because Epic probably threw a load of money at it, so they're probably just going to hold on to this one. So if you want to play it on PC, I think you're going to have to go down the Epic Game Store route. But it's available on PS5 and Xbox if you don't want to do that. But it won't be quite as cheap as it is on the PC, I imagine. Because I got it at launch and it was reduced, I think, already. Or did I get it at launch? I don't think I can't remember when I bought it, but no, it was on sale. It's the first time it went on sale and it was quite a good discount. And then, like I say, I bought the expansion for like £1.70 after me rewards. So it was super cheap. And there's the main game, Alan Wake 2, there's lots of game there.
Right.
And if you like a scary game, I think you'll probably like it.
Then what should we do, Neil?
I don't know. Play Alan Wake 2. You want me to do it? Are you going to make me do it like a fucking dog? You're going to give me a treat if I do it? Oh yeah.
No, what's next?
Okay. Am I still going? I've only got fucking 3 games and one of them's Hunt. I haven't played
Well,
that
I'm
many
getting you
games.
done and out of the way then. Come on, let's go.
Right. So am I going again?
Yes.
Okay, well I bought a new game.
You bought one?
I bought a new game. I've got fucking billions of
Ooh.
games to play, but I bought a new one this
Oh,
week.
Billions
because they
of
got billions of pounds.
He has got billions of pounds. He's awash with games and smart devices.
I didn't even tell you about Games for IKEA this week.
You did.
I told you, but I didn't tell you about it in the show. So
Actually, I don't know if. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah,
I bought a
I
ring
can't
light.
remember whether you talked to me.
I bought a ring light.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
my
that's
kid.
right. I couldn't remember whether you talked to me pro or pre. Whatever,
Really?
fucking
Yeah.
before or
Post.
after you'd been
Post, yeah.
post or pre.
Yeah, I think it was post, honestly. But there we go.
How's the
Anyway,
ring light then?
It's on. I can't attach it to my front monitor that's in front of my face because.
Oh, it's for your face.
Do you think it was
Not your ring.
So rude. You don't catch me doing anything like
No.
that. Anyway, a game came out this week. A sequel to a game that I've played and really enjoyed. And the sequel is The Rise of the Golden Idol, which is the sequel to The Case of the Golden Idol.
I was going to say I thought I heard of this song before, but it's
Yes.
yeah.
So, the main difference so far is The Case of the Golden Idol was set in like early American times, early sort of, I feel like, I don't know, sort of 1700s, is
So
that?
the 1750s.
Yeah, something around there. So it was all like oldie or oldie.
Yeah.
And this is set in 1974.
Ooh, funky.
Yeah, so it's a bit more modern.
Is there disco?
But a lot more
references?
modern than 1700s, obviously. I haven't seen a disco yet, but
Flared trousers.
I didn't notice. There are still word puzzles to sort out. The graphics are better. The art is better, I would say. It was definitely an acquired taste, the original games. They've got a rework, though, to be fair. I haven't checked out they had a rework graphically. Before this came out, they updated the graphics. And maybe they've added some of the improvements to the experience that are in this game, where what you do now, what the basic is, you have to go through a scene. It's still just like a 2D, somewhat slightly animated scene. And there are points of interest that are highlighted for you now that you click on. And when you click on it, there may be, it will show you a more detailed image, so zoom in of what you're clicking on, and there may be some other things to click on to extract some words from to help you solve the puzzles that you need to solve. And rather than having to click on each word now, literally, you click on the scene, you click on a point of interest, and when you click again, all of the words that are relevant to that scene will like drop into your pool of solution words.
Is that a nice quality of life improvement?
Yeah, I didn't know if I appreciated it when I played the demo for this, but then I was like, actually, I think they may have refined it a bit more since the demo, and now I'm like, yeah, this is loads better because it's a much bigger game. It
Right,
feels
yeah,
like
because I
there's
did
much
find
more
it a
depth
bit
to
of a
the,
slog going back and forth. I mean, I
yeah, you
didn't feel like
definitely have to
smooth
do a bit of that, but
Yeah,
you
it
don't
didn't
have
feel
to
like
keep
smooth
clicking
and
on
smooth,
everything all the
yes.
time.
Yeah.
There's more to solve now in each scenario. There's a lot more, like, because basically in the older games it was like you get all your words and then it was like basically fill out what happens. And there was a couple of extra steps, like you'd probably have to, as you go through, people talk amongst these characters and they mention each other's names. So one of the first puzzles I tend to solve is getting everyone's name correct. You give it a picture and you have to match the names up to the right people. So sometimes someone will refer to them as Mr. Such and Such. And then in another part of it, someone will call them by their first name. So you have to match up all of the first names and surnames and all that. And that's the first thing I usually tend to do, because that then leads on to one of the next parts of the puzzles. But now there's a few more steps they've added. There's like, you get all your word list, and then there's like the names. Then there's like another 2 or 3 little steps. There's usually now 2 sort of story things. There's like, they're called events. So you fill out all of the events, like it'll be load of sentences with a load of blanked out words, and they're all color coded. So red ones are people's names, blue ones are like verbs, and green ones are like nouns, and then grey ones, there's grey, and then there's other colours. So you get a pool of coloured words that you can put in each slot. And sometimes I still like, you think you've sussed it, you put them all in, and it will say incorrect, or it will say two or fewer incorrect, and you're like, well, I'm nearly fucking there, so I've got something slightly wrong here. And sometimes it does, for me, I go, I can't really tell what it is. So you like switch a word out and it goes to incorrect. You're like, okay, so there's definitely 2 wrong. So put that word back, and obviously that one was correct. And then you sort of becomes a process of elimination when you can't sit there and just go, oh, I know what I've done wrong. You have to do this, like, I think it's this, and you work out which word's wrong, and then you're just like chucking in words. It's like, yeah, it's definitely. So it does devolve to that a couple of times. And what happens now is, apparently, the further in story you get, there's loads of blanks to fill in. It's like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to know which one's which? But I haven't got to that stage yet. But that was one of the criticisms I heard on another podcast of someone who'd finished the game. When you get to the really late stages of the game, it's like, where do I start here? But so far, it's really one of those things. I haven't literally got a notepad and pen or taken pictures with my phone yet, but that may have made it easier if I'd have sat there with a notepad and pen and gone, this is what I think it is, and then cross things out as you like start to unlock other bits of dialogue between other characters. You can like, oh, that's definitely not right, and cross things out as you do it. So it's probably a good game to play with, like a notepad and pen. Or sometimes it's like, I definitely need to see this screen while I'm looking at another screen to solve something else. So there is a bit of like flicking back between scenes to get the information. And it does get real like fucking, I'm properly having to think really hard about what's going on to solve the problem. But that's good. If you like, it's a proper real thinking puzzle game. That's
good.
And it's different to most.
If it's driving you to get maybe a pen and paper out, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
You know me.
I haven't actually resorted to the pen and paper yet because I like to think my brain's not that much of a mess.
It's going to be so liberating.
But like I'm not that far in. I've done, I don't know, 2 or 3 of the main seat. I'm done this like, I don't know, chapters. And I can't remember, on like chapter 2, I've just finished. I don't know how many chapters there are, but what they have announced is there are 4 DLCs coming up between now and the end of 2025. And you can buy like a detective pass. So you get a discount on all of it. But I'll probably buy that because I liked all the DLCs. I'm going to fucking play it because this is like one of those games. It's like nothing else out there as far as I'm concerned. There's no other games like this. It wasn't super high. It wasn't expensive. I think I paid 16 quid. Because I owned the previous game, I got a discount on this.
Oh.
And it's on an introductory discount, yeah. It's cheaper on Green Man Gaming. You can buy it for like $14, I think, US on Green Man Gaming without having the loyalty discount. It's well cheap. And it's like, it's like nothing else. And if you like to have a think every now and again, this will definitely get you thinking.
All right.
And it's definitely a step up from the previous games. You could just jump in.
Your game of the week, Neil.
It's my game of the week, for sure.
Yeah. This could be a new section.
Game of the week. They have that on Giant
Game of the week. Someone make a soundbite.
Don't do that one, though.
All right. Okay. Do we need to talk about Hunt? Oh, we do need to talk about Hunt, don't we?
Don't know. Do we have to? I don't know.
Yes, we do.
Well, have you got any other games to talk about?
No.
Well, I guess we're talking about Hunt, though.
But you and I need to talk about Hunt and our escapades.
Piling up dead hunters.
Well, there was a bit of that, but there was one funny moment we had. Funny, not funny. Not funny, but funny.
Was there? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
You know
So
exactly what you're talking about.
Neil and I stormed into this compound, and we found the guy. We knew people were there, and we were basically on top of that fight. You know, we were slapping him a bit. You know, fighting him around this sort of coal area, right? There's mounds of coal and all sorts of shit in this
Can't
trade
remember what it's
yard or
called
whatever.
now, that compound.
No, it's not stockyards, is it, or something? I don't know. Anyway, and we're fighting them, and I think we killed one, and we're just trying to fight the second one. And he went behind this mound, and I ran towards the mound because I was going to throw a dynamite over the top of it. And at the same time, I'm running past Neil. He sparks up a dynamite. He goes, "Don't
I'd
run
already
in."
fucking do that. I'd already done mine before.
I think I was just joining you in it, right? I was like, I'm going to throw one as well. So I'm not saying that any of this is wrong. Anyway, Neil shouts, "Don't go in there." But I was already committed to throwing this dynamite. And I figured, you know, they're going over the mound. It's no big deal. Anyway, Neil throws his. I get closer to the mound. Neil throws his. It doesn't make the mound, and it rolls down the mound towards my feet. And then as it rolls down towards my feet, I realize it's a large dynamite bundle. And I'm like, oh, this is not good. And I turn around to run the other way, and I didn't survive.
It goes bang.
Yeah, it went bang and killed me.
And then we all died.
And then we didn't come back from that. So
yeah,
but it's another one of those events. It was fun. It was funny in hindsight. It was pretty funny quite quickly afterwards, to be fair.
Yeah. It's like,
it
did you
is
not
what it
hear me
is.
saying don't go in there?
Yeah, we had a little bit of a back and forth about
It depends on how funny
who was
like
at fault.
late of the night is. If it's the first game, it's okay. If it's like getting towards the end of the games, it's like that's
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
judging.
there are a couple of points this weekend. I was probably a little bit antsy and shouldn't have been playing, but generally, most of the time, I can accept most deaths. There were a couple though this week where it's like, you know, I walked out with a level 40 hunter and he just gets popped straight away, and you're like, for fuck's sake, right?
It was like we were just trotting around chatting, and there's the first early part of the game. I was like, oh, I feel like, someone just shot at me.
Hobbits.
I feel like someone just shot at me then. I was like,
oh, that one, yeah.
And it was just like, nah, it can't have been. It's way too. It's literally about fucking 10 seconds after we started the game, and we just run into a compound or whatever. And then there was another shot. I was like, fucking hell, no, is someone shooting at me? And the next thing I know, bang, I'm dead. I'm like, fuck.
I couldn't see him. Oh, there was another one at Allen's as well. That happened again at Allen's, right? We almost immediately start. So I don't know, but we had some good games too.
A few.
Of course.
It's been testing.
Yeah,
the last few days. Yeah, it's definitely been a taketh week.
Yeah, that's okay. I actually went up though. I went to 3-star finally.
Well, I've been at 3 stars. Near enough.
Yeah, I know, but I've been sitting at 2-star for ages, so I must have had a half.
That's why it's getting harder.
Well, I tell you, I played yesterday with you and Matt, and I was like, this lobby seems way better. And then I looked, and there was no 2 stars in the lobby at all. It was all 3 stars.
Any scrubs, yeah, 3s and 4s. We're pushing up towards that 4-star barrier.
Yeah.
But that was like the other day. It was just my mission at the moment is to get to $100,000 hunt dollars. I want to do that. The other day, I was at 97,600. I was like, it's within touching distance. The next few nights, I'm going to do it. And today, I'm about 90,000. Lost about 7,000 the other day, last few days. It's like, ugh.
Mosin challenge didn't help. Yeah. They're like $600. I
think it's all the dying that doesn't help.
And you're dying within 30 seconds. You start chewing through money quite quickly. But that's Hunt anyway. So, all right, let's move on. Davey boy.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you
Hello.
for joining us this evening.
That's okay. I've been playing more Blop 6. Call of Duty, Black Ops. I think that's it. 6.
Multiplayer.
Just multiplayer. Not single player.
Have you been playing Nuki Town?
No zombies. Yes. Mainly Nuki Town. It's so easy. I just literally turn it on, do all the objectives. You get 3 missions that you do that you get set per week. I literally just do them, and then turn it off. Very easy.
Easy to do, easy to play, not easy to win.
You don't really play to win. You play to just the kill death ratio. So So as long as
Eat,
I'm
sleep, die, repeat.
positive, as long as I've killed more people than have killed me at the end of the game, I'm happy. I don't know. You're not
Do you not
supposed to
play
play
the
it like that.
objective?
It depends what the objective is, and if anybody else is, because sometimes you can play domination or hard point, and literally nobody's going for those things. They're literally just going for it. It's like, well, it doesn't again, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Like nothing matters on this game. There's no consequence of whether you're winning the game or not. It doesn't matter to your actual overall score. The only way your score increases is if your kill death ratio is better.
Ooh.
And yes, you can play to the objective and get more score, but like that doesn't matter in how you're ranking up your guns or anything like that. Yeah. So I literally don't care. Just play it. Just smash through, kill 50 people aiming down sights, and with kill 10 people with a frag, and then use your other like non-lethal bits 5 times. Yeah, whatever. Okay, just do it. Just
Are
smash
you
through.
sorry? Are you saying, do you go in and say, right, these are my challenges, and are you now starting to do that?
I just play the challenges.
Yeah,
Literally,
you know
that's it.
exactly what you need to do to get the challenges done. The
Yeah,
most efficient
yeah.
way to get them done. So that's what I love about challenges, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
You need 50 kills with an LMG. Right, I'm rocking an LMG for the first couple of
everyone's
games.
rocking an LMG,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You know, literally don't care. Like, just play it. Just do the challenges. Once I've done the challenges, I'll switch it off.
Have
Takes
you
about
bought
half
the
hour.
battle pass?
No. I haven't got enough credit.
They've changed
and
it,
I'm not
haven't they?
playing
They've gone back to a bit more. Sounds like they went to a
I
sort
think
of
I've gone
more
very
traditional
basic.
battle pass.
Yeah, it's very
Because I just
linear.
looked at the last one and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, it is quite linear in that. Yeah, it's just a progression. You don't go choosing anything anywhere.
Don't earn tokens to unlock
No,
fucking level.
no,
What is
no.
going
Some things are free. If you're like not a member of the battle pass, you get free items. Yeah, the rest you unlock if you are like a full unlock of the battle pass. Which is fine, fair enough. I'm a couple of levels in. I've unlocked 1 or 2 things.
I think I
But
had a bit of a go. I can't remember when it was. But it's just a bit manic and hectic. And
yeah, well, that's what I like about it.
I think Pilch said he
Yeah.
played zombies. Didn't he play in the Discord to
Did he?
say he played a bit of zombies and it was actually pretty good?
I've
So-
heard good things about zombies, but again, I don't care. Like
It's just a bit
you can
different,
play
isn't it?
zombies. It's different, yeah. But like you can play it sort of non-stop and just keep
I think the guy I
going
work
with it.
with, he just plays zombies. Doesn't play anything else. Just plays zombies all the time.
Some people do.
Yeah, it's there if you want it.
Yes. So that's that. I also played a different game that was on Game Pass, which I saw came to Game Pass, and I was like, that's a weird game to be released at the same time as Black Ops. I think it was in a week or 2 of it. Dead Island 2.
This is also,
Dead Island
I
2.
believe, on PlayStation Plus.
Is it?
Yes. Did they give it away on Epic as well? Who fucking? Probably.
I don't think they gave it away on Epic.
I have
not
it
sure.
too. I don't know where I feel like I never.
Dead Island 2?
Yeah. On
Yeah.
Steam. Are you playing on Steam?
No, I'm playing on Game Pass.
Oh.
Yeah. It's on Game Pass. It came out last week or the week before. I don't know. But I saw it and I was like, I like Dead Island 1.
Yeah, it was fun.
So I picked up Dead Island 2. It's okay.
Can't rekindle that magic, eh?
No, it was quite special on the first time round. You get to choose the characters that you want to play as to start with, and they're all not very good.
Is this like Back
there's
for
no-
Blood now then?
Not that I'm aware. Literally just played it single player. And it's all melee. Yeah, at one point, it's funny in the story. At one point, there is a gun that you have control of. You've literally taken a gun off somebody, given it back to somebody, saying you need to defend yourself with this. They're like, why don't you use it? Like, I've got this wrench. You're like,
So there's no
Okay.
guns.
there's no guns. No.
I think that's
no,
what I
not-
liked about Dead Island was the
Yeah.
guns.
At least not in the first 2 or 3 hours that I've played of it. It's all the weapons degrade. There's lots of things that you've got to be. Well, there's lots of loot, and I'm guessing there's going to be a crafting system along the way at some point to make better weapons and stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure about this game. I think it's okay. There's lots of people have really bad decision making in it as well as part of the story, which I find
It's a
really
horror
weird.
game. It's like a horror
It's a
movie.
yeah, I know it's
tropes.
a horror. I know, but it's so weird and stupid. Yeah, I don't know. I might pick it up again at some point, but at the moment I say I'm 2 or 3 hours in, and I'm more getting annoyed with it than anything else. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's no good.
I don't know. It's the combat's okay, but to be honest, I've never really liked.
Are you going to go back to this? Doesn't sound like you should even
Is this
bother.
a
dunno.
game where you have an influencer house or something? Is that this game?
Yeah, you retreat back to a Beverly Hills house. Who's you've survived a plane crash with them, and they've got a house in Beverly Hills, and you basically you get to their house. But yeah, I don't know. It's all set around sort of LA and Beverly Hills and stuff like that. So
Not an island, then.
no. No. Oh look, you're on the screen where you're choosing the characters, and they're all shit. They're all like the worst. They all
They're
they're
all
all the
absolute fucktards.
yeah. There's nothing relatable about any of them, and it's like no.
All right.
Gravy.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. Everyone should definitely not.
Check it
I-
out.
Unless you really
Hate
enjoyed,
yourself.
really enjoyed Dead Island 1, and you've
Beat
got
me to
nothing
it.
else to play, and you're a member of Game Pass, at
You've
least
got
download
nothing
it and
better to
try
say.
it.
At least it's
Yeah.
on Game Pass. Yeah, all right. Okay.
Yeah. So and then other than that, fantasy football, not fantasy football, Football Manager 24.
Well, you obviously
Yeah.
have been playing fantasy football.
No. Football Manager 24. Been playing a bit more of that. I don't even put a video up on it, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Literally finished the season out as Cobblers. Was in
How'd you
the
get on?
top 12. I think I came
Did you
about
get
11th
sacked?
or 10th. No, I did
Nice.
all right. But all of my decent loan players who had been loaned to the Cobblers up until the end of the season have left.
Obviously, they're only loan players for one season. That's how it works.
So now I've got
You
a
have to
team
reloan
that
them or buy them.
I can't afford to buy them because Cobblers
Because
got
you're
the
not
money.
Phantom.
Yes. And then so it's basically the scouring of the loan market for decent loan players that are in my price range of like a couple of grand a month.
Now, Football Manager. Sorry, where are you playing this, Dave?
From Game Pass.
Steam Deck?
No, I'm a PC.
Do you have to do any game playing, or is it just you set your team out and then the games
just
play automatically?
Set my team
You
out.
can
Yeah.
I've never
change shit.
played a Football Manager
Have you
game.
never played football?
No. I think I'd like it. I think I'd like to play on my iPad. That would be a good
You can
idea.
get. There's a touch version. There is an
There must be,
iPad
of course,
version.
there must be.
It's like I
Yeah.
don't know, £10 or whatever.
Oh my God! Well, that's not going to happen, is it?
But it might be on Apple Arcade. You know.
I don't have that.
Well, you might be able to get a free code for it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
You usually can somewhere.
Anyone help a brother out?
I haven't got one. But you might be
Just
if you
wanna
just
play
buy
some
something.
Football Manager.
You probably get a code for Apple Arcade.
I ain't buying shit, mate.
You must have a free trial available to activate for Apple
I
Arcade.
don't know.
Just go onto Apple Arcade. It's like, oh, you've got a free month. All right, cheers.
There must be a Football Manager somewhere I can play for free.
It's
probably
on.
own
I'm
it.
telling you, it's fucking. I swear. I'm checking. I bet you any money. I bet you any
It's
money.
not good radio.
I have
Well, you can talk
seen
while I search.
Balatro's been advertising, and their advertising is your toilet breaks are going to be starting to be a lot longer than they used to be. Balatro now out on iOS,
That's on Apple Arcade.
Apple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you know
yeah.
what it is on?
What?
Football Manager, Netflix.
Game Pass.
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Oh, that's all right. I can play
So
that on
you've
my
probably
iPad.
got Netflix games. If you've got
On my
Netflix,
iPad,
you
yeah.
can get Netflix games.
Nice. There you go. Thanks, Neil.
There you go.
Fuck me.
Is that
he's
the
good,
latest
isn't he?
one? Was that-
Jesus.
23, 22,
24.
16, 21.
Football Manager 24 mobile, whatever it's called, is on
Yeah.
Netflix gaming.
There you go.
All right. Anything else then?
No.
All right. Let's call that a show then. Dave, do you want to do your bit?
Oh, hang on. Before you start,
Ooh.
we're on Blue Sky.
We're on Blue Sky.
Yeah, I did post it in the Discord.
Oh my God, I've got to update my outro.
X is on the way out, clearly. Although we did get a response from Paul W on there. But yeah, the Blue Sky transition appears to be happening.
In a big
Oh,
way.
nice.
What's our handle?
Lots of things that
on
I
Blue
couldn't
Sky?
see on Blue. It's fieldpodcast.bsky.social or whatever it is, however it fucking works. It is, sealpodcast.bsky.social sealpodcast.bsky.social. But yeah, I see a lot of other things. Like this week has been a big week, apparently. And people just going, fuck it off Twitter. It's done. I'm done. This is bullshit. And loads of things that I couldn't, like loads of the football stuff that I was following on X that I couldn't see on Blue Sky. It's all, everyone's fucking onto Blue Sky, and people are like posting the same stuff on Blue Sky as they are on Twitter.
Right.
So it's that transition is occurring. And
good.
we are there if you wish to follow us.
Who owns Blue Sky then?
It's the old guy who used to run Twitter. And basically, the
Dorsey?
mobile app, yeah, it looks exactly like Twitter. But there's a few, like you can, people generate, you know, you had lists. Remember lists on Twitter? I don't even know if they're a thing anymore on X. But you used to be able to just follow a list and there'll be loads of people, like game devs or whatever. And it'll just fill your feed with all of these people, and you can do that shit on Blue Sky. There's people creating like whatever they're called, feeds on Blue Sky, and they like you've got your following bit where you follow people like you do on Twitter, and then there's like a feeds bit where you can just follow game dev or fucking whatever cats, some bullshit cat pics or whatever you want. All of that shit, it's all there, as weird as you want it to be, or as middle of the road. It's all there. So it is an evolution of Twitter. It's almost like the people who run in Blue Sky have got a good track record of making something that was pretty good, and then sold it for a shitload of fucking money for someone else to completely fucking ruin it. And then created basically the same thing again, but better, maybe. But now people are doing that move. So we're there. I'm posting the same shit, like request-wise, on X and Blue Sky now.
Where have you posted the Blue Sky stuff in the Seal Podcast?
It's on the So Comments feed, that the link to our profile.
Show comments.
All right.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even notice because it was.
Well, that's because you don't go on
the
Discord.
No, it's not that. It looked very similar to the
Yes,
Twitter one.
because we've got a unified branding across all platforms where it looks the same, so people know it's us.
Until someone comes after us for the use of that picture, then we'll have to change.
We're forked.
Did
They
you not
haven't
create
come
that
yet.
picture? Did you not create that picture?
Well, a bit. Sort of.
I've
I mean,
changed the colours have changed.
Colours have
Colours have
changed. That's about it.
changed. There's added words to it. It's basically ours now because we've changed it enough.
That's right. And we've used it for everyone. It's fair use. Fuck off. We ain't paying you shit.
It's not like we ain't got any money.
Exactly. All right.
I'm getting on Blue Sky now while my handle is still available.
Okay, let's wrap up because I got to go.
There was a big joke this week of invalid handles. That was everyone's name, invalid handle.
Yeah.
Right. Have we said our goodbyes?
Thank you for
Dave hasn't
listening.
done his thing.
Still
Yes, he's
podcast.
doing it, but I'm ruining it.
If you'd like to ask questions or get involved, please contact us on our web form at silpodcast.com. You can also contact us on email, silpodcast@gmail.com, or join us on our Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter, Blue Sky,
Not yet.
Acast.
It's not on Blue Sky.
Oh, you twat. Acast, YouTube, which is at silpodcast, X, which is at silpodcast, Blue Sky, which is at silpodcast at blue sky human. I don't know, something. Press yes.
It's not that. It's not that.
We have YouTube and Twitch channels which we upload and stream to, and now my dogs are really wanting to go out.
All right.
So I better go.
Okay. Anyone to shout at, Neil?
Filch, Quaxel, and Baron. Aaron von
Great.
Glauer popped in to
Thanks,
say
guys.
hello.
Yeah. Great to see you all. Okay. Thanks everyone for your support. Thanks very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll catch up with you next week.
Catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye.